Welcome friends in science lecture 4 lesson 12 sound. In today's lecture we are going to see about the reflection of sound. Now as you see, this is a diagram for reflection of sound. This is a clock kept and these are the pipes which are kept. The one person has kept an ear on this particular area and this is the board which is not allowing the sound to pass from one place to another. So this is fixed. So you can see if a clock is kept which is producing a very tiny amount of sound, very small frequency of sound, the sound passes through this pipe and this area is open, so this gets reflected and passes through this pipe and you are able to hear it. That means the sound can be reflected. That is, as we have seen, the angle of incident and angle of reflection in terms of light, the same way in sound also this gives an angle of incident, an angle of reflection, and you are able to hear this sound. So sound can be made to travel and made to reflect it from one point to the another. The another formation for this is echoes that we are learning. Echo. What is an echo? You must have heard about the shout and a clap on the mountainic areas near the suitable reflecting objects, that is like tall buildings and mountains. So you are able to hear them. The sound later, your own sound, you can able to that, like you shout with some name and you are able to hear the same name 2-3 times. Fine. So this particular sound which can be heard multiple times is called as an echo, clearly. Fine. The sensation of the sound persists in our brain about 0.1 second. That means you are able to hear the same sound of yours after 0.1 second of time. Now the reflection that happens from mountains and tall buildings, one must be at least 0.1 seconds. That is a sound that is supposed to be heard, so that you can hear the sound as a second voice. Fine. The same name that can be heard as a second time, clearly that the same sound is coming for the second time. So we take the speed of the sound in air as 344 and 22 degrees Celsius meter per second. So by the calculations, the total distance covered by the sound from the point of generations to the reflecting surface and back about to be at least, so this comes out to be 344 multiplied by 0.1, that is velocity into time, that gives you displacement or distance. So 34.4 meter the sound must have traveled. So one half, if you say the one side distance going striking and coming back, this happens to be 17.2 meter. That means the person should at least stand 17.2 meters should be the minimum distance by which the echo can be. Your tall building should be this much distance far away so that an echo can be created. So echo must be heard more than once due to successive or multiple reflections. So we have seen this and echo formations, and we have seen in movies also that people shouting and making echoes. Now reverberation. What is a reverberation? Is a sound created by big halls, like persistent repeated sounds. Sometimes it gets irritating also. That is no longer audible. Why it is getting? This is an undesirable sound because multiple times, if you sometimes in the classrooms also, if person is shouting multiple times, if a classroom is closed, the sound is heard multiple times, which is like a noise, and it is undesirable. In auditoriums and all this, sometimes it happens that the sound, but generally what happens, the walls of the auditoriums and other buildings like which deals with sound property are made with a sound absorbent material like compressed fiber boards, rough plasters, or draperies. That is a material which can absorb the sound. Fine. So this is how the sound can be managed. Now what is the range of sounding? So the range of sounding for the humans is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. This is an capability of a human. For a children it is slightly higher, that it can hear up till 25,000. Fine. So what is 25 kilohertz is to multiply by 1000 is 25,000. So dogs and animals, sometimes we are not able to hear, but that small child is capable of hearing the sound of their father or mother coming from a very far away distance, and we are shocked that how that child is capable of hearing, but he is only the one who is capable of hearing. Once you grow older, like about 10, you lose this capability of hearing, and slowly when you grow older age, the frequency turns slightly higher and higher. So some sound below 20 hertz, that is a very larger wavelength and a small frequency, it is called as an infrasonic sounds. Fine. So infrasonic sounds are like infrasonic sounds, some vibrations of the wings of a bee. Rhinos communicate at a very low frequency at 5 hertz. Fine. Whales and elephants also produces this infrasonic sounds and they talk with infrasonic sounds. That's why sometimes we are not able to hear them and their communication. They can talk up till 10 kilometers also, which is a very large distance. Elephants, we have heard about them, they can communicate up till 10 kilometers. So earthquake produces very low infrasonic sounds and shocks. Fine. Possibly because of them they alert the animals when we are not able to hear it. Frequency is higher than 20,000, that is 20 kilohertz is 20,000, is called as an infrasonic sound. We are not able to hear that also. But the dolphins and bats and other animals are capable of producing these kinds of sound. Fine. So I hope so you must have heard and able to understand this particular part of the lesson. Thank you for this video.